Hi everyone, and welcome along to today's video. So, done quite a few videos recently on auto air valves, and it goes on. We've got another question here about them. I've been asked, would it be a good idea to fit the auto air valves, it's one of these here, the Aladdin one there. They are good, they last quite a while, they're guaranteed for 5 years. With the ordinary bleed valve here, swap them all out, every single radiator in the house, and put these in? Or should I leave this in the one end of the radiator and put the auto air valve in the other end, which you can only do obviously if you've got the ones with the screw threads in that screw into the radiator, so you can take them both out, you know, at any time you want to swap them round if you wanted to, so that they was on better ends, you know, this kind of thing, so that this was more accessible. But I would say yes to that, definitely, because the problem with any auto air valve is that it is basically a one-way valve. That is, it allows the air to get up and escape, and as soon as the water touches the valve here, it shuts off. So it's essentially a one-directional valve in a sense. What the problem could be if you just fitted that and not add the air valve the other side would be the problem of if you ever need to drain the system down. If you wanted to flush out your system, do any alterations to the radiators or pipe work or anything at all, the problem would be you wouldn't be able to let the air into your radiators to drain the whole system out. They would remain locked up, as it were. You'd put the hose pipe on your drain valve downstairs, and basically the system, all the rads would stay full, because the air would have a hell of a job trying to get in there to let the water down. It would eventually gradually try and get in there, but it would have a hell of a job. When you do a drain down, as the water level gets lower, when you're emptying it out with a hose, you're meant to open the rad valve with the key, obviously, and it lets air into the radiator, which allows the water to run out and completely empty your system. You do that with all the radiators in the house. When you do a drain down, you open them all the air vents gradually, starting on the first floor if you're in a normal house, and then down to the ground floor. And obviously if you're in a bungalow, just the ground floor ones, obviously. That's all you've got. But basically the air going in allows the water to run out. If you've got these, just these, that's not going to happen. So all you can do is undo them, a couple of threads, put a spanner on each one and undo them and pull the threads back a bit so that it allows the air to get in past the thread and let the radiator empty. So it is a problem. And there is another problem I did think about with just having these two, is this old one again of you can get caught out on easily, and that's if the pressure drops. So it usually happens in upstairs radiators. So what can happen is, as I said on an earlier video, is that if the pressure drops away in your boiler or your pressurised system, or even your F&E tank, because it might have emptied out, then there will not be enough pressure, especially the upstairs rads if you're in a house, to force the air out. If it's got to have upward push to get that air to come out there. So if you've only got those, you've got to keep a real careful eye on the pressure, because if it does drop low, by that I mean below 1 bar, then there won't be enough oomph behind it, shall we say, we call that pressure, to push that air out. So you've got to keep a careful eye, and even if you've got an F&E tank, that little tank is topped up and you've got the pressure there. And of course you see with a normal valve with a screw on it, even with just a little bit of pressure, very low, once you open that, you've essentially opened it all, and obviously the air is going to come out, whereas it might not be enough to come out of one of these automatic air vents. So the short answer to that question that I was asked was, if you can, keep the ordinary valve as well. Put your valve in, your aerator, your automatic valve, put it in, but keep that one up the other end, even if it looks a little bit messy, which I don't think it does, because these valves, they do look good, the Aladdins, they look smart, they're kind of nice, it won't look detrimental. Worth a thought, and definitely the way I would go with it if you intend to put those all round. Anyway, that's all I want to talk to you about, a little quick one. Usual place, all my stuff, you know where to go, Derek and 33. Thanks for watching, guys, bye bye.